Okay.
Very good evening and welcome all of you to this exciting episode of Eclectica, the Different News. Today we are into the 49th episode of Eclectica. So as you can see on screen, I already have my guest with me. This is Dr. Justy Francis, and she is presently a doctoral researcher at IIT Jodhpur, Rajasthan. So, before we move into questions and answers, let us hear from our guest, gorgeous guest here itself, and we will know more who she is and what exactly she is doing inside IIT Jodhpur. Thank you, Justy, for being here today on my show, and I welcome you. It is very nice to see a young mind like you, an aspiring dentist, engineer, researcher. That is how you describe yourself, I guess.
Well. Yeah, thank you so much for calling me into your show. I'm more than delighted to be there today. So to introduce myself, I would say that I am a dentist by graduation and I'm a batch of 2018. So I started my dentistry career by starting with 2 years of clinical experience. After which the pandemic hit, as we all know, by the end of 2019 and 2020. Because of COVID, I also got a golden opportunity of working as a medical officer in Government Medical College, Manjeri, which was a real eye-opening experience for me because, working in the clinical setup, just doing regular dental cases and going into as a medical officer just gave me a whole new level of perception, especially in terms of understanding my responsibilities and roles as a citizen of India, and more than giving me a sense of responsibility as of a what kind of role I've taken as a graduate, as a doctor. So that's about me, and right now I am pursuing my dual degree in medical technology program that is jointly offered by IIT and AIIMS Jodhpur. So that's just about me. Yes, over to you, Dr. Gargi.
That's very nice, very interesting to know how you made the transition and the experiences you gained in a very short time. I think these are valuable experiences as a medical practitioner that gives us, privilege as a practitioner when you work with real people. That is best part of any medical profession, I believe. So, well, um, I just wanted to understand one thing because I guess that you completed your BDS and you were following a kind of the conventional track of getting into the clinical practice, and which you did, and you did well, as you said that you worked as a medical officer. So what was that point, or what, I should put it this way, that what was your inspiration, or how you got interested in getting into a field of research, particularly, I can put it like a med tech. You are into medical technology basically. So what was that story? So can you tell us your story? It would be inspiring to know from you.
Well, I must say, I was in a pursuit of exploring. Like throughout my clinical experience, I wouldn't say that I wasn't satisfied, but then I always had a feeling that I could do more than that. I just need not be bounded by that four boundaries of a clinic. There was more to it. Obviously, the satisfaction that you get after treating a patient is of another level that I have tried to understood after coming back to IIT, after staying back from all the, staying away from like the clinical experience for a very long time. I kind of miss that kind of satisfaction that you get after doing patients. But then I always had a feeling that I was there, like there was something more that I could do. There was something more that I could achieve. But then I just couldn't figure out until again COVID had happened. Like it was just an eye opener for me. Like when COVID had happened, there was a lot of spare time for me, during which I was just, I was just sitting there empty-handed with nothing to do, because there were times like where the doctors had to take turns to go to the clinic. So the rest of the hours, like it was just spare time for all of us. And COVID had also boosted a lot of importance in terms of research. There was every now and then there was a lot of openings put out by like government institutes, ICMR, government medical colleges, etc. And I started applying for all of those. And to my surprise, like even though the eligibility criteria was satisfied by myself, the it wasn't a priority. Like a priority wasn't there for me because just because I did not have this per se research experience, which is not even there in our undergrad curriculum as well. So the research experience was not there, and I was like, that was like kind of a desperation situation for me because I had like applied for approximately like 15 places, and none of the places had called me back because I did not have the desirable qualification of having any research experience. So that's when I stumbled upon this advertisement of this IIT AIIMS joint program, which offers degree to BDS graduate, like medical graduates, as well as the engineering graduates. It was quite, what do I say? I was quite curious to know more about the course, and as well as I was like, oh my God, finally I get an opportunity to apply somewhere, and like that is somewhere like some real research is gonna happen. So I kind of give it my, a shot for it, and during which after I applied for the course, I had gotten for that medical officer opportunity as well. So while I was pursuing my medical officer job over there, that's when I got to know about the interview, got to about the interview, and the later I was selected for the program, fortunately. So here I am over here. So I would say it was an outcome of exploration and sure, luck, grace. I don't know what is the term with it, but then yeah, that's about my pursuit of getting into research.
Very nice. I think, yeah, the first point what you said, that you understand yourself very well. That is something which I also say, that self analysis. It's not about. I mean, everything is not about one thing, right? So rather, every. I mean, we can put it the other way. So I think you made the best use of your free time, and this is how you just made that spark in your career. So I'm sure in this whole journey, like right from your exploration, or you sitting alone, you don't know what to do, where to go, from all these things, coming and jumping into getting into this course, you might have faced a lot of challenges. And so what were those what were the biggest challenges or the problems you faced, which today you might think that, okay, at that time, if I could have got this kind of a help at that particular time, it would have been very nice. But though you didn't get it, and how did you solve all those challenges? So this is something which interests me very much when I see aspiring people like you. So I'd like to really know, and my audience will also like to know your story.
The first and foremost challenge that I had faced is the lack of information that is out there. Like, like once you start exploring, once you start digging in, like into or like delving into all the information, then you find like the vast array of opportunities that is available to you. None of that is available when you're doing a graduation. Like, there I feel like there is some sort of guidance that was missing when I was doing that graduation, like in terms of like all that career guidance and all
Right.
those things that were there that was not present when I was doing my graduation. So if at all I was aware about these research opportunities or the opportunities other than the clinical life that would be there present after your BTS graduation, I think I might have started a bit more earlier. So I feel like now getting in, connecting in with LinkedIn, everyone, that is how you, widen up your opportunity. You get to know, oh my God, look at that person looking, getting in over there. Now that I have a wide array of connections through LinkedIn, I see a lot of dental graduates getting into IIT Bombay, IIT Kharagpur, like all in for biomedical engineering, like they're pursuing MTech in biomedical engineering. So like slowly that, that information of engineer like the medicos getting into engineering colleges coming and creeping into the public, like the information is just getting out. But then yeah, that is the number one challenge that I felt, is like the lack of information that is out there for graduates. The second challenge I would obviously say is just persisting through my PhD. Yes, I think that is a challenge that I am yet to overcome. Like, I'm sustaining through. with the help of my mentors, with the help of my friends, my family, my partner. So, like persisting through PhD is like one major challenge. But then, how I overcome that challenge will be an answer that I would be answering you after a few more years, I guess, once I get my PhD.
Now, I'm sure, I'm pretty sure that you have made a choice. This is a informed choice. But, I mean, you haven't been forced
Definitely.
into this field, so you have chosen this field.
Definitely.
I'm sure that you will come out with flying colors. And see, every journey has its own pluses and minuses. So even today you are at IIT. Next tomorrow you might become. We will see you as a with your own company you are running. We'll see you as an entrepreneur perhaps, or maybe you do something, some very good thing which will be benefiting to the society. This is one aspect. And just imagine that you were just another dental graduate and you were struggling for maybe opening up a clinic or a small or getting a job. So everything has challenges, but I think this is something which you have done a great job. And as I said, that you have made best use of your free time. I think this is a message which goes through you to the entire fraternity, that how you can utilize your time in exploration. Very good. I mean, I really appreciate that. And as you said, challenges in PhD, yeah, I mean, that's a phase. And I mean, you will just overcome. I mean, that's just a matter of time, I guess. So very interestingly, I would like to know if you would like to share that how exactly was the process, and how did you, I mean, how did you actually crack IIT Jodhpur? What was that entire process? If you would like to share, because there are a lot of people for whom this information will be very, very useful. Yeah.
All right. So every year, IIT and AIIMS Jodhpur. So I would just briefly brief upon the program that is being jointly offered by IIT and AIIMS Jodhpur. Then I will come up to like how the program is being rolled out and how the admission process is start. So IIT and AIIMS Jodhpur combinedly, like it's like the first in the country which is offering a joint degree. Like there are fellowships that are available provided by different two institutes, but then two institutes coming and giving you a degree is like one of a kind, and it's first in this country. So that's where IIT and AIIMS has come up with a very spectacular idea. I would say a visionary idea of setting up a medical technology program by bringing in both doctors and engineers on board. So when it comes to medical technology, like the research and the medical devices are developed by engineers in one separate room, and then when it comes to the end users, it's just the doctors who are using it in another room. So
Right.
there is no proper communication that happens between the engineers and the doctor, due to which there is a huge gap that is available, that is there present in terms of innovation and research. So to bridge this gap, IIT and AIIMS have come together to come up with this visionary program that is called as Medical Technology Program, and they are giving this course out for medical students, as in like medical graduates, BDS graduates, all the students from medical domain, and students from engineering background as well. And in this program, we have like three different levels. That is master's program is there. Then we have the dual degree, that is the master's and PhD. Then we have the PhD program. So the flagship program is the master's program, in which the both the engineer and the medical students are made to put in a team, and then they are supposed to work on a singular project. So both the brains of an engineer and the medical doctor works together, and they find the solution of the project that they work up to. And at the end of the day, what the program expects out of the students is that they want the students to come out as entrepreneurs, as in like all these projects are totally patent oriented, product oriented projects. They desire a product at the end of the day, so as to just to as soon as you graduate, the college provides you a setup like a incubation center wherein you can incubate yourself or your startup. As the college is a very breeding ground wherein you can set up with your startups initially. They'll help you with the funding, with the space, with the space which is required for research and the mentorship that is required. So all these are provided by the institute itself. So it's like basically like an incubation center over here for all kind of startups. So it's this program is like the best fit for people who are looking for an opportunity to be an entrepreneur, as well as have an idea about what problem specifically they can solve in the medtech in the medtech domain. So around the time of April or May, they roll out the applications for it. And when they roll out the applications, initially they will be asking for basic details, your resume, your qualifications, etc., etc. Along which they also ask for a SOP as for your the
Correct.
application. And after evaluating your application further, there would be an written test and an interview. Obviously, since the domain that are applying for the program is very wide, the syllabus, as in like for the interview and the test, is very general. In general, it's just that you're expected to have some basic knowledge about the innovation that you intend to come up with. And definitely for the interview, like there are the panelists are experts from various domains, and the domain experts ask you questions from what you know, like what your expertises are. They do not bombard you with questions which are too technical or too medical. They just they ask you questions that are apt for you. That is something which is very familiar for you. So this is overall and process of how the how to get into the medical technology program that is provided by IIT and AIIMS Jodhpur. So yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you for sharing that information, because I think it is very valuable information. And as you face that challenge, I think today, if somebody who watches this video, or maybe now or later, this would be very a clear pathway that you are helping people with this information. And I think really, anyway, IIT and AIIMS, we are nobody to analyze their credibility, but I think IIT Jodhpur has done an incredible job in this, like as you said rightly, because getting a degree, it's a very important part of a career. And when you really want to pursue something, if you have a guided path from like going from A to B, it is very, very useful for a student or any the aspirant. So in that way, this is fantastic. And what exactly are you working on at present? I mean, if this question would be kind of like, you can answer it in a limited way in whatever is being allowed to speak on a public forum. So so you can just limit your answer to your convenience. So what are you working on at present?
So currently I am working on biomaterials. So just tell it in brief. Am I audible? I'm sorry, I just wanted to make
Yes,
sure I'm audible.
yes, yes, you are audible. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Or yeah, okay. So what I'm working on is basically a biomaterial which is going to be 3D printable. So we are trying to replace the metal mini plates, the metal implants that are currently available for fracture fixation. We are trying to replace these metal mini plates with polymer, that is a plastic polymer mini plates, which can be 3D printable, and it can be, which will be able to subside or reduce the disadvantages that are posed by the currently used metal mini plates. So this is a brief about what I'm trying to do. So with respect to polymer biomaterials, it's a polymer biocomposite, I would say. Yes.
Fantastic. I think in few years' time we will see this product running in the market, done by Dr. Justy.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I'm super optimistic, but let's see. I'm like fingers crossed, I would say.
no, no, definitely. So, so Justy, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Where do you want to see yourself? Uh, at what position you want to see yourself?
Well, I would say 5 years from now, I would definitely want to see myself with that PhD behind my, like as a as a tagline along with my BDS. So I hope to achieve my PhD within a and definitely looking back, I hope that I would be a person who would be content, who would be able to serve the community as well as serve myself, like be content with whatever I have achieved for the past 5 years. Looking back, I should be the person who feels like you're successful. Okay, you've done it, bravo. So that kind of content is what I feel is something which is more important for me. And definitely I look out for I hope that I'll be able to contribute to the society with my project. So yes, that's where I see myself in 5 years.
I think you have a good clarity, and I guess that as you pass on through your path of PhD, you will get more clarity when you see your prototype in your hand and you're going here and there for funding. And since you are in IIT Jodhpur, you will have a wonderful experience. I'm very sure, because those are the places where you really get the very good mentorship, as you mentioned. So I think. We will be just waiting to see you 5 years from from now. Well, so so we are almost coming to the concluding part of our conversation. So since you have made this journey and you shared a very valuable information with us, so what would be your message to young aspirants regarding then I mean research, or particularly if I put it like oral healthcare research that way, because I think this is an area which is not very well understood and we are not taught very well inside, unfortunately, in our undergraduate curriculum, mostly in India. So your message, because you are the person you are right now and we are kind of generation back, so I think your message will really inspire people, and they will look up to you, and they might follow the same path. It will be very helpful. So what would be your message to the young aspirants?
I would definitely say, like, the first thing is that persistence. Persistence is very important, very, very important. Be it the thing that you're doing, be it the lookout or the exploration part that you're doing. Persistence is the most important thing. Like if you are in a set out to complete a mission, or if you are in a set out to search for a thing or two, like the whole thing is about you continue the process, that you be there, you put in the same efforts every single day until you achieve your goal. So I would say persistence is the one singular term that I would say to every single person out there who is exploring their various their future domains or their futures in the see, like it's not a singular day effort, it's not an effort that you put in a day. Like if you put in a huge lump sum amount of effort a singular day, that's gonna not gonna count. Even if it's a single drop of effort, if it's a single finger that you move, like just for the cause of the goal that you want to achieve in the next 5 years, that's what counts more than the lump sum amount of effort that you've put just for a day. So persistence and perseverance is what counts the most. And I would say to connect with a lot more people, use LinkedIn like crazy. Like use LinkedIn as if it's Instagram. Like that's where you get to know people, you get to know a lot more people, through which you get to explore various other domains, like various other opportunities that are there, are lying out for you. So don't stop exploring and keep persisting over there. That's what I would say for the people out there.
Fantastic. I'm inspired by what you said, and thank you so much, Justy, for being here. I think we will catch up again in the future to have more chit chats like this. And I wish you all the best and all good luck. And I'm very sure the energy that you have, the aggression for science that you have, which is, when you think the way universe gives you back the same thing, since you started exploring in a certain way to find out certain things. So this is how you are here, and same way you will go ahead with flying colors, and definitely you will have that tag or feather in your cap of PhD. I'm pretty sure about it, seeing you and knowing about you. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody for being
Thank you,
here.
Dr. Ragi. It was
Thank
my pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm more than delighted to be here on this platform. I must say that you are one of a gem of a person that I have met through LinkedIn. Like I wish to see you in person, definitely. Like I hope that we get an opportunity to meet in person.
definitely,
Let's
definitely.
see. Like I must say that. Yes.
Thank you, Justy. Thank you, everybody, for hanging with us till the end. And this is the 49th episode that we are closing in Eclectica, and I will have a very big surprise on the 50th episode. So wait till next Friday. Thank you, Justy. See you again. Good night. Take care. Bye bye.